forgot how long that goes. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday Live. Normally, it's my buddy Matt Martigan here, usually sitting where YetiCast is sitting today. And Matt is trying to get home, but is occupied doing other things. And hopefully we'll see him at the end of the show or before the end of the show. If not, we're still going to have a good time here today. This is a cultured look at today's events. We try to cover some stuff that maybe you missed, maybe you've already seen, but we have a different take, that kind of thing. By the way, this is YetiCast, everyone. Say hi to YetiCast. He's a Yeti.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm just happy to, try and take Mad's spots.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to like it the way you phrased that, to be honest with you.
I know.
He might be concerned. But no, and it's hard to do a show, to be honest with you. But Matt and I rarely get to be together on a show out of character. And people, this is the one show where people get to see just how much we enjoy each other and how close we are. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just odd. So I'm not going to get that this week, and I'm not going to get it next week because we won't have Wednesday Live because I will be on a plane in the air, so I won't be doing it. So in fact, I'm gonna miss Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. That'll be reflected in next week's trailer. Some of you've noticed that at the opening of each of these shows, we now have trailers that run ahead of time that tell you what's going on with my week, so that people kind of get to catch some of the stuff I'm on if it's not on my own channel. Of course, I also try to throw you to the next video at the end of this video. Believe it or not, when this ends, you get a timer with a little thing that asks you if you want to go to the next thing. That's usually the next video that I'm going to be in, which is usually a live stream. But anyway, that's it. Enough of me. YetiCast, tell people about you, because you're a newcomer to the community, but you grew pretty rapidly and you're doing pretty good. I love some of the stuff that you do. Your parody remixes are just ridiculous. But yeah, tell people about your stuff.
Yeah, well, I basically roast movies and then remix trailers to take them out of context. The last one I did was doing a true trailer for that Masters of the Universe, the Kevin Smith one.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely changed that. I think it's now honest. But yeah, I need to get some more roasts out. They take me a while to write and produce, because I got to go through and do all the jokes, and it's a long process sometimes.
Well, I really appreciate them. I think you do an excellent job. I always try to catch them and promote them and retweet what you're doing and everything else. But hey, we're headed into a holiday weekend. So there's going to be a lot of weird coverage going on. I have a video already cut and in editing for Monday. Pretty excited about that. It's not my normal kind of video. I'll probably put an analysis video together for sometime next week as well, before I'm gone on my trip, or while I'm gone on my trip. But I can't do what you do. What you do is brilliant. I love what YetiCast does is great when he roasts the films. That's fantastic. But the recutting of the trailers, like Frozen as a horror story was so great.
Oh yeah, that one I think is probably the best trailer I did of that, because I also did Shrek and Up. Yeah. I think Frozen turned out to be the best in that like horror genre.
I thought it was great. I couldn't believe it. A lot of other people were like just rolling. You gained a lot of notoriety from that too. You had you have Anna, that Star Wars girl, who thinks you're quite talented. You're a quite talented boy.
If only I could get out the roasts faster, that would help me a ton.
Yeah, people jump all over that, man. They get really excited when you do one of those. I don't blame them. I think, like I said, I think they're great. But let's get started with some news of the day. Oh, Mexican Iron Man has sent me a super chat. That's fantastic. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, my friend. Let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll get underway with some stories. Mexican Iron Man for $5 says, I came to this show for the intern, but I'm staying for the great YetiCast, who I owe a phone call to. Hail from the office. Thank you, Mike. You're a good dude. Hopefully you'll be
Hail
up
to
and
Mexican
on,
Iron
up,
Man.
up and on the road. In the chat, we have one man show. Good to see you, my friend. Awesome one is here as well. Cody Guy, thanks for Cody Guy for being here. Appreciate you. Keely Chow is here. We've got the great Darius Munchau's in here. D Bud Martin. We've got E Clay Thomason. Good to see you. We got the shelled one, Shellbach. TJC. What's up, Tim? Dexadoodle's here all the way from New Zealand. It's good to see you, love. Master Sidearms is here. What's going on, Master Sidearms? Soul Assassin says, hey, CC Yeti in chat. Oh, hail to you, Soul Assassin. And there's Lola Meets in her very inspirational avatar and all of her support for incredible comic creators. Thanks, Lola. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support of everybody. In fact, I'm the video I'm doing on Monday is in support of a comic. So I love doing it. I can't believe how many talented artists, writers that we have in this community. I'm just very jealous, which is another reason I'm jealous of you, YetiCast, for your ability to roast the films in such a creative way.
Speaking of writing, like I need to get on sending out my short stories to publishers. I've had Script Doctor and Cameron Pasha look at one of them, and
awesome.
They loved it.
Oh man, that's great.
I just got to get on sending that out, and they were pushing me to turn it into a full length script. So I got to go read up on screenwriting.
Screenplays. Yeah, you know what? There's actually software that'll help walk you through the whole thing, and you can get it real cheap. I mean, there's a lot of those out there in the world. So, sorry, Bear Dog wanted to join the party for a minute. He's making a fuss, so I had to grab him real quick. But looks like Apollo Patriot's making some headway here. Just hit 921, so that's fantastic.
That's
Apollo Patriot does reskins of Breakpoint, one of the Ghost Recon games, and basically creates whole new uniform sets on those characters. It's really cool. He does a great job with it. Those are, I believe it or not, I watch those videos nearly every time he publishes one. He does some cool stuff. Tina Bojan is here with us. Hey, what's up, Tina? Let's see. You're gonna lurk. Oh, playing Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Yeah. Once they got it all the bugs worked, it was finished. It was great. Oh, good to see you, Tox Fox. Thanks for listening. Appreciate that. Mad's in the house. Who's the Shetty guy? He's not taking your place.
I'm taking over.
No. Suicide Squad. Excellent. Awesome one. It's pretty good. Good choice. It wasn't a bad film. That's my critique of that movie. Keck 44 is in the house. Did you see Suicide? Did you see?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. S Squad.
Sorry.
Yeah. My bad.
No, I started trying to write a roast for that movie. It's just the jokes haven't been coming to me lately, so I haven't gotten far enough. And now that the movie's been out for
a while,
I might have missed. I might have missed that opportunity.
I don't know. See, I always feel like you could record the video and just set it aside, and then like 6 or 8 months after, just like then drop it, because it would be out of like everybody and be like, oh yeah, that was, oh wow, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was just a thought. Little Mermaid as done in the style of Sharknado. Well, that's an idea. I don't know, Yeti, you think you can do that?
I could try.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be very interesting. I'd actually like to see that movie, Little Mermaid, but a horror with sharks. It's like trying to battle off sharks.
That'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Keely Chow thinks we should roast a Dumacorn and War Eagle for Mexican Iron Man. Well, there you go.
Your dog is adorable.
Oh, Bear Dog? Yeah, Bear Dog's fun.
I think that's the first time I saw him.
You've never seen Bear Dog?
I don't think so.
Bear Dog is an internet sensation. He is popular, and he's handsome, and he's cute. Have you? Oh, wait, you've never seen a Bear Dog break?
I don't remember one.
I don't even think I have one loaded here. I'll have to load one up at some point and show it to you. Yeah, the Bear Dog breaks are because sometimes he will like demand to have attention paid. And so I have to pull away from the stream and give him his attention.
Okay. Sometimes I'm just listening in the background, so I'm not like actively watching, and that might be one of the reasons why I missed it. you know, because I'll play a game, but I have you on there and just listening to people talk or other
I do that.
streams.
I do that all the time, or I'm editing a video. I can't tell you. I actually, there are times when I'm listening to 2 or 3 videos simultaneously. There are times that I'll have 4 different pop-out chat windows up and I'll be modding a couple. Like, I'll be a mod in somebody's channel or whatever. So, and I'll just, approve or, get rid of ridiculous comments by humans. But, it just depends, just how busy I am. But yeah, I can actually listen to 2 or 3 streams simultaneously. So while I'm working, which
when I'm working, I can't. Like
when the boss is like, "What are you doing?" I'm saying, "Well, I'm listening to this. I'm listening to this. I'm listening to this." She's, "Yeah, but you're editing your video on." Yeah, I am. I have to. That's how busy it gets. I mean, it can be. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm doing something else. But dude, why don't you just take a nap? You don't really want to be up here. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, Lindsay, the cynical geek, is here. We've got accidental tourist in the house, saying bear dog. Absolutely. There are so many great creators and projects coming out of the indie scene at the moment. Absolutely, Lola. Absolutely. I'm blessed to be able to support great content in order to oppose the mainstream, and so am I. And like I said, I mean, when Mike Barron came out with Florida Man, that was an amazing book. I got the book, I got the lunchbox, I got the beach towel. I got all the things that went along with it. You got to support, Cyberfrog and all kinds of other great creations. Vampirella, just so many different books. I'm just lucky, man. Our buddy Anthony, effing Anthony, as we refer to him as when he sings. I got his art book. I love supporting talented people who are willing to put their stuff out there. So, Jeremy Swiggs is in the house. Good to see you. Got Brutal Morningwood saying, "Whew, heck of a day. Well, I hope it gets better. Hope you're able to chill out now, my friend." Roof Korean's here. What's going on? MNE show. Oh yeah, I was trying to ask if the ScarJo situation has led to advertisers to start to wonder if they'd been played and overpaid. Well, it could go either way. That's the thing, and you're not wrong. It was a good question a lot of people asked during that stream. With Nielsen, that'll be a story we get to here. But with Nielsen, being officially suspended by the MRC, the Media Rights Council, Media Ratings Council. Always do that. They didn't have to do that because Nielsen had already self-suspended themselves like a month ago, or at least a couple weeks ago. So it is what it is. Let's see. Play that beautiful bear dog footage. I wish I could. Only furs video. That's funny.
The one thing I've always been impressed by is your ability to interact with the chat and the panel. It's, for anyone listening, it is such a true skill, and I haven't come close to mastering that. Like, I can talk to someone and then I lose track of what's going on in the chat. Or if I start,
it's a conversation, man.
Yeah, I see, but trying to do the conversation and then interact with the chat at the same time, I don't know. My brain doesn't function that way.
Well, you'll get better at it. Really, it's not something that I had to learn an awful lot when I started live streaming. I was blessed with an amazing godmother, let's say, of live streaming, Miss Teresa Martin, otherwise known as Miss Martin Muses. She is the whole reason I live stream. I was never going to be on camera if it weren't for her. I would never have been on camera. I would have been an avatar like Fat Steven, and I would have interacted with the world that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And now he's going to fuss. What a turkey. Anyway, Arwen Avalon is here. It's so good to see you. You're doing such a great job co-hosting so many different shows. It's awesome. I believe you were a special guest or are being a special guest of some very, very cool places. So that's very cool channels. Kaylee D's in the house. It's good to see you. Let's see. Man, we're just saying hi to everybody. Whoa, it's John. What's going on, John? Good to see you, buddy, from Bounding into Comics, founder, editor, and pretty much, the big guy. over at Bounding Into Comics. John F. Trent, good to see you, buddy. I love hanging out with them. I need to get on another Black Pill stream. Drop some Black Pills. LDG of Geeks and Joy is here. We've got Happiness is a Klusky Z Misium from the I can't say from a Polish deli, meat-filled potato dumplings. Well, there you go. That sounds good. Possible fact. Bear Dog was the original Sputnik dog, but a contractually obligated Alpo commercial kept him from history. Well, that might possibly be true. Hard to say. We've got thank you, Nikki D. Bear Dog is the best. CC doesn't show Bear Dog too often because he's jealous of his hair. Bear Dog's just cute. Bear Dog's just cute.
Or is Bear Dog jealous of Culture's hair?
Nah, man, Bear Dog wins, hands down. Just the most cutest thing ever, to quote one of my nieces. Diego Flores says, "Hey, Culture, hey, Yeti, where's the intern, Culture?" The intern is probably driving home right now from an appointment, so he may or may not join us later. We'll have to see. There's the ever lovely Nerium Noah, who just makes just incredible content, incredible artist. Black and white stuff, shaded, beautiful coloring. Everything that she does is gorgeous. She's got a brand new book out called Bonds the Drive. It's pretty awesome, pretty impressive. I'm still kind of bad at it too, Yeti. No, you're fine. You guys are all fine. Join us tonight. Let me make sure I haven't made some other commitments, John, but that would be a lot of fun. You guys are the best. Yeah, Diego's here. Everybody's saying that to Diego. Master Sidearm says, driving home with your coffee, you mean? Oh, yeah, I love coffee. What's Snow Bear Dog? Where? Oh, no. Bear Dog was just down there. I had to put him away, Wook. Put him away.
No, I think he was asking where Matt is. That's why there's the Matt emoji.
Oh,
I think
Yeti Bear. Where's Matt? Oh, Matt is Matt's en route to home. Something. I'm not going to give all that up. What's up, Josiah Fitch? All right, let's get on a story. Good gosh, you guys are great. Thank you out there for all your support and communication. I appreciate it. Mike says there's still time to hide your face. No, thank you. Man, you guys are mean today. All right, and I'm always behind because I'm always trying to talk to everybody in the chat, and Mad hates that, by the way. When it's like, you don't want to talk to the chat. I'm like, yeah, I do. They're good people.
Oh, they're always good. When I'm doing streams, they say some of the funniest things, and I hate when I miss them.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll go back in a stream like, wow, I really should have highlighted that. Anyway, here's the fun thing that I wanted to talk about. We visited about it a little bit on Midnight's Edge in the morning today over there on Midnight's Edge channel. I was there with Tom and Andre after having to do some obligatory real life work things this morning. But Yeti, I are you, first of all, Yeti, are you familiar with the Shang-Chi character comics, the original creation of him all the way back into the 1910s, 1930s ish time period of time? Any of that?
Okay, so not overly familiar. Like, I don't know when it was started, but I know a little bit from listening to people. I'm really unsure how this movie is going to do, like, because we've seen different different projections from I guess this really high to really low. So I'm so curious where it's going to go.
Yeah. Shang-Chi's an interesting character. Originally showed up in 1973, 74, somewhere in there. First appearance in Marvel Comics, but was a character long before that. Actually, the character that was even more prevalent was the character that played his father, which was Dr. Fu Manchu back in the 30s.
Yeah.
These characters showed up in some really cool storylines way back in the 70s, and I still wish I had those books. But it was kind of a neat story. This isn't a top tier character. I'm gonna have to go off camera to bring up the quality of the stream, but it wasn't a top tier character. He never was. And of course, many of the characters in the MCU weren't top tier characters. I mean, to be honest with you, Tony Stark was second
Yeah,
level character. Most
I was
people
just
don't
going to bring
realize
that
that.
up.
Yeah.
Before the movie,
Yeah.
nobody really considered him A level.
Yeah, and I knew Iron Man because again, my stepdad gave me the books. I always talk about how thankful I am about being exposed to the comics, by my stepfather. So I loved that, and handing me some comics that are incredibly valuable nowadays, and then me not having them anymore is heartbreaking. But let's just read through this story. We'll let the audience jump in on this and ask some questions. So anyway, apparently Shang-Chi is bound for a Labor Day weekend record. This is hysterically funny, with 90 million plus worldwide launch. Notice how they're using worldwide.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's done that way, I think, almost intentionally to be misleading. And they got two of their best on this, Anthony D'Alessandro and Nancy Tartiolone. I can't even say that anymore. Anyway, because they're the two at Deadline that write this stuff, right? So they collaborated to write this article. So we'll go on there.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah,
because the WW, so it almost seems like intentionally hiding that that's not the domestic number. So that goes back to a low projection.
It does, and they get around to it here later. But anyway, here we go. Labor Day weekend box office, the last frame of summer, which studios typically shy away from, is poised for a revolution as Disney debuts the first Asian American Marvel superhero feature, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That was a giant mouthful. That was one whole sentence they used as a paragraph here. Pretty wild. But studios have held the long belief that no one goes to the movies over Labor Day weekend. And it's for that reason why they've avoided opening movies over the 4-day holiday. However, actually, it gives them 5 days because, well, we'll get into that another time. But anyway, just like Thanksgiving. But however, Disney believes that it's possible to open a Marvel movie anywhere on the calendar, even during a global crisis. NRG movie-going comfort levels have stabilized over the last 2 weeks in the 66 to 68% range, with around 28% of all moviegoers feeling comfortable. Okay, interesting. U.S. and Canada is in U.S. and Canada, which is the North American market. So whenever you hear domestic box office, guys, that's what it means. It's projected that Shang-Chi is in store for a Labor Day opening weekend of around weekend record of 45 to 50 million. No, it's not. It's going to have one of the largest theater totals that they've had in a long time, 4,200 plus theaters, beating previous title holder 2007's Halloween, which made 30.6 million domestically on its open. Exhibition has projections much higher. However, the erratic nature of moviegoing during the global crisis makes forecasts shaky. The 18 to 34 demo, no doubt, will show up just like they've been turning out throughout the summer. Have they, though? And in over-indexing of Asian audiences in cities such as Seattle, San Francisco, Honolulu, New York, and Los Angeles is expected. Well, actually, there's a reason for that. There's a movement afoot called Gold Open. It is a effort by charitable organizations partnering with GoFundMe to give people from underserved communities free tickets, buying out entire theaters of these shows. So the question is this really authentic, or is it something that's very, very hollow? And with that, Yellow Flash drops a $4.99 super chat. Good to see you, Yellow Flash. The pandemic standard is F9. I agree with you.
Yeah,
no chance this movie touches those numbers. You're 100% right. Absolutely. It's not even going to get close. I have people projecting under $30 million. Mexican Iron Man, who's in the chat here with us, says 30 million. I haven't even asked you yet, Yeti. And you know what? I've been talking for a long time. So let me ask you this question. Thank you, Yellow Flash. I appreciate your support. Where do you think this film is going to? Where do you think it's going to open? Domestic.
I don't think it's going to do that well, especially just with kind of all the flops or disappointments that Marvel has been putting out lately, I think it's kind of got people soured on the entire idea. And then that leaked trailer for Spider-Man took all the steam that this movie had going for it. People are
Yeah.
just talking about Spider-Man. Like
Well,
they
and
completely forgot about this.
well, and I mean, there can be an argument made for the fact that this film, Disney knew was a stinker. Because they when the toys came out, and right now toys at Target. I mean, I'm going to go out and try to get some photos in the next few days, but they're 70%. They're down 70% on clearance, which is just insane. It's just absolutely nuts. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that before the film's even out. It's doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I caught a couple of videos of that on
Yeah.
Twitter, and people just showing it. Yeah, discounted 70%, and nobody seems interested in the toys. But
Yeah.
it's not like an Iron Man toy where even if you haven't seen the movie, it looks really interesting. It's just kind of a regular kung fu guy, and I don't see kids being drawn to that too
Well,
much.
and again, I mean, this didn't have the background of a typical Marvel film. In fact, I think it was best said today by maybe even Tom at Midnight's Edge saying that this would have been a really good first phase Marvel film because he would have been introducing a character because that's kind of what this is doing. Oh, and sorry, spoilers, but not really. The end credit scenes, it's not really a spoiler, aren't worth going to see this film based on what I've was described to many of us in the chat today, the 1,000 or so of us that were in the chat and part of the stream today. It's not really not really a big deal. But
Isn't that sign that the movie's going to be bad when critics come out and say like, "Oh, you have to go see this movie because of the end credit scene."
End credit scenes. Yeah, it's a triumph, but you have to go see it because of the end credit scenes.
Yeah.
Which is it? Bounding into Comics is thinking. It says that he thinks perhaps Quiet Place 2 is the one that breaks all narratives about the global crisis because it made more money than the first film. It actually did. Holy cow, Clobby, man! I hope you're good. I know you dealt with an awful lot. I hope things are in good shape in your neck of the woods. I hope you're doing fine. Been worried about you. Master Sidearm says domestic 23 million. So you know what? I didn't get an answer from you, Yeti. How much do you think this is going to make in North American opening box office?
Oh, there's no way it's going to beat Quiet Place 2. So what? That was 24 million, correct?
Yeah.
So it's going to be under that. Yeah, under 20.
Holy cow. You guys are really black-pilled on this film. I'm even willing to say that it'll make, somewhere between 32 and 40.
More, yeah, but that going more than A Quiet Place 2 because people were excited for that.
Man, I don't know, but we have a very generous super chat from our friend Toxic Manflu. What's up, Tox? Says Marvel's new Shang Culture and the Hairdresser's Secret will release during the global shampoo crisis and will still out earn this junker. Hashtag it's a weave. Oh man, thanks, Tox. I get to read your abuse for $20, but I'll take your $20 because according to Ryan Cannell, $20 is $20. That's ridiculous. I don't know. I look the way the articles, and we should probably scroll through the article instead. The way the article's worded, it really doesn't allow for a true picture of this film because I 90 million worldwide on a 4-day.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So much of this just doesn't seem.
And this film's never going to see China.
Oh yeah. So it is still banned there.
Yeah, it's never going to see China. Roof Korean. What if the people have been showing up all this time and the emperor has no clothes? Yeah. I demand my pound of flesh and refuse to let Disney keep using the global crisis as an excuse. I agree with that 100%.
Well, what drives me nuts about this is everyone saying that, it's the, first Asian, superhero on the big screen and ignoring all the others that came before, Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Bruce Lee, and like all the others that were on the big screen and kicking ass.
And that's why they keep saying stuff like that, but then we call them on it. So this is how you end up with this first sentence, which is Disney debuts this is it. I got to highlight the whole thing. Disney debuts the first Asian American Marvel superhero feature, Shanghai and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They had to add a whole lot of words so that they could be right about this. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be weird.
Well, yeah, now they're changing it from, the first big Asian star on screen to the first superhero. So they've kind of moved the goalpost a second time. After everyone realized that, they were completely wrong from the first one.
So Mad's not going to make it. So the intern won't be here, guys. So you're stuck with me and Yeti. Sorry. Brie Larson will save this movie, not based on what I've heard.
Did you see the article that came out recently about her? Okay, so she said that she's no longer going to be nice. Like, I just want to know when she started that she's not going to hold her tongue anymore.
When was she nice?
I don't know. It's I don't know, because I don't know what she's trying to refer to. Is it, her saying all those, hateful things in her speeches? Like, is that what she's referring to?
She's not. There's a film where the quote in there, I think it's the Whole Nine Yards, which is a Bruce Willis film, where Bruce Willis says, as the hitman, your wife is not a nice person. It always sticks with me. I'm always like, all right, I can get my arms around that idea. Brie Larson's not a nice person. She never has been. And anybody who argues differently, I don't know. I mean, show your work, because she has never been nice to anybody. I've never been a fan of hers ever. So,
but it's like she doesn't understand people or how to interact with them.
She just wants to play people, right? I wish I had all those
even
clips.
Do that well.
Yeah, but look, if you want a real Triumph Marby dog, here he is. That's Triumph, the insult comic dog. I don't know. The fact that was getting so much play, that particular verbiage, was really, really bothersome to me. It reminded me of the Meredith Media thing, where all of the stations that were owned by Meredith had their news people say exactly the same speech.
Oh, wasn't that Sinclair?
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's not Meredith, it's Sinclair. Yeah, it was him. It's an equally, mid-major media ownership, but yeah.
And okay, if you want to see a great kung fu movie, I haven't seen many people talking about this, but I just watched it the other night, and it's called The Paper Tigers. It's an absolutely fantastic film. Like, everybody should watch that. I saw it on Netflix. I was blown away because, I just picked something at random and it turned out to be phenomenal. There's great choreography and a great story too.
Well, I still think that the pinnacle of fight scenes was Raid, right? Raid.
Oh God, yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
And this is nothing like that, according to now 2 people that have seen it that I believe. So.
Okay, so then what about all the people that said it was one of the best films or Marvel films they've ever seen?
Yeah.
Because I know Robert Meyer Burnett really loved it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so that's absolutely fantastic.
And look, and I'm not trying to, I'm not going to yuck your yum, right? What I'm going to tell you is because I'm going to go see the film. Number one, because I want to see if it's just okay, because everything that I've heard from two people is it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It has a lot of problems, but everything in modern cinema right now has problems, in my opinion. So, and in Master Sidearms, you only get to see Abomination for a few seconds.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah. We'll have to see. And here's the thing. Did they get Tim Roth to come back? I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of that. Yellow Flash 2 says, I think it'll make 20 to 35 million and flop on its second weekend. Dude, I am 100% with you. In fact, I know it is. Right now, the trend in Hollywood is a 60% drop in the second weekend. 60.
Yeah, I really want to know what the audience score is going to come out as, because we know what the critics say, and 90, I don't trust critics.
92% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so you know that's hot garbage.
Yeah. But with that being said, I found myself agreeing with the critics once with the new Witcher animated movie, which is fantastic. It is so well written.
Yeah, a lot of people are giving us a low ball here. Hey, what's up, Tiki of Doom? A lot of people are giving us a low ball.
Yeah, not as low as me though, but I don't think it can beat A Quiet Place 2. Like,
yeah. So well, and you know what? And Bounding is right. I mean, Black Widow did 80 million domestic opening. Sure, it did. The question is, well, I'm not going to even get into that. I'm frustrated because I now know officially that there's shenanigans for every single one of these opening weekends, and there has been for a long time. And we've been talking about it. We've been calling it out. And now there are organizations out there that are willfully putting out the materials to let you know that they're going to make sure things open, even if they don't deserve to, which to me, hollow. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. It is. This backfires epic, John. It is. It's hilarious. They went out and got a Chinese director thinking that was going to make Eternals a shoe-in, despite the catch the rainbow that they're throwing at this cast, right? So we're gonna have.
They're like everyone else. They just want a good movie. Yeah. None of the pandering. You put out a good movie, they'll watch it.
This film was great. Remember this Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in Rush Hour?
Fantastic.
It was great. Brilliant film.
I remember going to see every single Jet Li movie that came out, because I loved him in his action movies. I can't believe people are forgetting about that. Or even Blade, because they always say that there's never been, a diverse hero. Like, come on, Blade was amazing decades ago. Like, Wesley Snipes was Blade. It'd be so hard to replace Wesley Snipes because of how well he did that role.
Wesley Snipes is Blade.
I wouldn't even mind if they brought him back. Have an older Blade and just continue on.
Why not? When Wesley Snipes is Blade, you bring somebody else in to be Blade. I can't picture another person being Blade. Now, of course, I said that way back in the day, for Batman, because I got, I was alive, went to, 89 Batman, right? I think it was my last year of high school. I went to see Batman 89 in the theaters, like multiple times, because it's freaking awesome. And you know what? That movie was marketed everywhere, and it was free marketed everywhere because everybody's buying the stupid t-shirts, putting the stickers on the back of their car, all kinds of stuff, right? What property now inspires people to do that?
I really don't know. A decade ago, it was Star Wars, but they've kind of run that down.
So we're not getting more eggplant yoga videos from Brie? That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Reminds me of that MTV dog. Yeah, Triumph the insult comic dog. For me to poop on. Yes.
And Soul Assassin's with me for Old Man Blade. That would work, because he's only half vampire, so he would be aging. So I think that's a good story, and I bet he could still kick ass.
Yeah. But she's not nice. I mean, anytime somebody reacts that way towards you, that they're kind of showing their true colors. Is a lot. Yeah, it is what it is. Wow. Marby Dog, that's a strong statement. I'm not really, gonna go one way or another on that. I'm not gonna comment on it. Everybody's opinions their own. D Bud Martin says Andre said the Abomination is in it 20 seconds max. Yep, I was there. They announced that Tim Roth was back for She-Hulk. So okay, well then, very good. Yellow Flash and I are in the same target range. Boom. I know, Mexican Iron Man. I know, Mike. I know. Oh, got another super chat. But I got an article from Bounding I want to keep going because we're talking about this. Might as well really talk about it. Goodness, you guys are super chatting like crazy. Thank you for that. This is from 0 Hour Discussions. Thanks for always giving the people an unbiased take and making people use critical thinking. Like and subscribe to CC, you guys. Also, JM Cruz here. Well, thanks, JM Cruz. You're freaking awesome. Appreciate you. For a 125, this is from Philippines. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that symbol before, so I had no idea where that was.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, I want to go into the film with an open mind, and I'm going to. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, it's so good to see you.
I hope it's good. I really hope it's as good as people are saying. I would love that.
But this is so great. John, I'm glad you're here, bud. I'm going to use your article right now. Thanks for everything you do, my friend. Guys, subscribe to Bounding Into Comics. Check out their website, boundingintocomics.com, and just hang out with John and Spencer and Donald and everybody over there. They're freaking awesome. Our buddy Drew, every once in a while, they're great. Love those guys. Love them, and they do good work. It's probably going to be a Pulitzer Prize winner someday, I would imagine, right? Yeah. So on that note, let's get this story. Shang-Chi's Shimu Liu claims, I thought playing a guy that gets beaten up by a main character was the pinnacle for Asian actors.
Oh, like, have you not been watching movies in the last couple decades?
This is the problem with so many things. It's the politics of low expectations have crept into entertainment, and they really shouldn't have. Although they've been there the whole time. As somebody with your own value and self-worth, you knew this wasn't true. I mean,
no, there's no way.
You don't have to go that far back in time to identify and just show this guy it's complete baloney sausage. And before we go on to read it, we've got Nikki D for $5 here saying, I know it isn't a popular opinion, but I still think it'll open at 50 million minimum due to the long weekend. No competition in the Marvel brand. Nikki D, I'm not saying that couldn't happen. It very well could. And again, I don't mind being wrong. I've told people, and when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I was wrong. It doesn't bother me at all. I've been wrong a lot in my life. You can't turn into a 50-year-old dude or be a married person and not be wrong a lot. Well, it's not always, but it is just the way that it is. So we'll see.
Is there a set limit for how many days it's considered for opening, or are they just taking like the 4-day weekend?
They're going to give you they're going to get 5, to be honest with you. They're going to get Thursday night previews, right? Because this technically opens in 2 days, right? Yeah. They're going to get the Thursday night previews starting at 5 or 7 or whatever the rules are. And those get rolled into the following day. Those get rolled into Friday. So then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which is the holiday, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to get 5 days out of this. And they do that from time to time. The 4-day weekends they take full advantage of, and they're 5 days. That's why stuff opens big, like with Thanksgiving, like on a Wednesday night. Yeah, or around, or if Christmas lines up just right, they do really good.
But are they consistent with the number? So every opening is considered the first 5 days?
No.
Okay.
That's why they when it's a holiday weekend, it's special, and those numbers get reported slightly differently. But you can compare apples to apples if you want. At least that's my understanding, and from what I've seen in the numbers, it's always shown that way. So, but let's read this article because Spencer spent time making it. So let's do it. Let's roll down. Simu Liu has continue to ignore history in order to virtue signal for brownie points in the here and now. Well, I agree with that, Spencer. As the actor recently doubled down on his self-centered assertion that his upcoming Marvel film, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, will finally show audiences an aspirational Asian hero.
Oh, that drives me nuts. Like Jet Li was amazing. Jackie Chan. If you go watch him in his original stuff too, like in The Drunken Master, the guy is incredible at martial arts. Like he does not hold back. And they even had to slow down scenes with Jackie Chan.
They did.
Because they were moving so fast.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
That's how dedicated him and his team were to making movies.
Yeah. I think what was it? Was it Rumble in the Bronx? I think he was actually instructed to slow down because the camera wasn't catching what he was doing. Or was it that?
I think that's happened more than once.
Yeah. Just amazing. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, who knew? Yeah, I'm sorry. Finally show audiences an aspirational Asian hero. Bruce flipping Lee.
Oh yeah, he was breaking the mold when he actually had adversity to go up against. There were so many things trying to keep him down, but he just wouldn't let it.
Yeah. Simu Liu apologized to Nicki Minaj fans. He's a giant wuss. I don't know. Maybe you're right. What about? Let's see. Anybody else have thoughts? I can't get farther than this. This is ridiculous. Jet Li, Steven Seagal, and DMX made like 20 different movies together. Yeah. Time for me to exit. Yep. I love DMX.
Yeah. I really did go to every single opening for Jet Li because
Chow Yun Fat. Yes, thank you, Marby Dog.
Yeah, he was another one.
Can't even believe that. This stuff frustrates me, and it's okay. We'll keep going. I'm going to put the outrage in my pocket. We'll save it for later. No related story. Shanghai Star Shimu Liu misunderstands plays race card in response to the thing. Oh, I remember that. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Liu revisits his pompous rhetoric during an August 31st Reddit AMA session. Ask Me Anything, for those of you that are not familiar with Reddit, hosted by the Marvel Studios subreddit. Throughout the online Q&A, Liu not only chose to respond nearly exclusively to softball questions with answers that felt forced and scripted, but in one particular instance outright ignored a series of questions of genuine substance. Okay. Some of this looks great. Doesn't that look pretty cool?
Yeah, that does. There's sections that make it look good. So I'm trying to go in unbiased.
I want Razor Fist to get his own thing. You know what I mean? Razor Fist is a pretty cool character. Anyway, I shot off on a tangent. Sorry.
Well, that's okay.
Presented with a series of 5 questions by user Hot Zone Kill, which ShangChi comics have you read that stuck out to you well? So obviously ignored that. Who was your favorite sparring partner while filming the movie? Who would be your top choice to play Amadeus Cho? Totally Awesome Hulk and Braun. Who's your favorite food item from Bopomofo? That's a good idea. Is Bopomofo something I should know? And cheekily, why is Tim Hortons so disappointing? That's a Canadian thing.
There are many reasons for that. Well, giant one.
Yeah.
If you want to know, I can go into that.
Timmy's?
Yeah.
Timmy's? Yeah. All right. Well, we got another super chat coming from one of our major supporters and fellow Mead family members. Diego Flores with 5 Peruvian souls says, there is a phrase we have in Spanish. Those who don't know God pray to any saint. We use it when people talk nonsense and praise undeserving people. There you go. Yes. Meanwhile, Big Hero 6. No kidding. And Disney made a freaking. I don't even want to get into it. Gonna make me crazy.
Well, one of the other things that we haven't even touched on, and one of the reasons why I don't think it will do as well is how they're completely altering the Mandarin again. Like they're mashing Fu Manchu and the Mandarin together to make a new character that really doesn't resemble either. And
right.
I think that's going to be a big issue for fans. It was in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Or was that 2? No, that was 3.
Yeah. The Mandarin.
Yeah. People weren't having that because they screwed up the character, and so they backpedaled, saying that wasn't the real one, and then did the same thing again, altered it so it's not really the Mandarin.
E. Clay Thomason makes a very salient point. By the way, Asia has way more countries than China, Japan, and Korea, Mr. Liu. Yeah. Hey, Yvette, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. He's still Asian. Oh, that's true. So are you Chinese or Japanese? Mike likes tacos. That's so great. All right, let's keep going. Well, apparently there was more to this thing. It says, as a moderator of our Asian American, I apologize for any stuff you encountered there. I totally agree. Asian Reddit can be really toxic, and as in most moderators, specifically, I can't speak for those, blah, 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 blah. So the response was from Simu ShangChi was Bobomofo's Mapo Taters. Mapo Taters? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. I know what a Meepo is. I don't know Mapo, but anyway, will change your life. Tim Hortons is trying too hard to do food menu items. Ice cap still on point though. Okay, but he skipped over the real questions.
Yeah,
there's like 1, 2, 3 questions there. The first 3. Anyway, my goodness. Yeah, India, Indonesia, Bangladesh. Yeah, keep going. King of the Hill reference. Yep. However, his inability to inspire any further confidence in his upcoming film did not hinder Liu from using the AMA as an opportunity to once again position himself and his film as godsends for Asian representation, which he almost exclusively frames as having been devoid of any significant actors since at least 2012.
Hey, come on. Lucy Liu has been starring in front and center for a long time.
Maggie Q. I can go down the list. It's anyway. Asked by Future is Bright for Us the standard questions of, as an Asian actor, how different was it for you working your way up, and did you have to deal with racism, stereotyping, typecasting, etc. during the journey? Liu audaciously replied, let's put it this way. In 2012, when I first started out, I thought that maybe if I worked real hard, I could be a guy that gets beaten up by one of the main characters one day.
That is so frustrating.
That was the pinnacle for actors that looked like me, he bizarrely claimed. I'm ashamed to say that I put on the most ridiculous and offensive accents in the past, all because I thought it was more important to give the casting director what they wanted than to be true to myself. No, it's because you wanted the job and you thought that was how you could do it. You could have made a different choice as an actor, and you would have been either instructed to that you got the job because of that choice, or you could have been instructed that you needed to change it to something, more along Hollywood's racist ideals. I don't know. He continued, over time, as I toiled about in the industry and struggled to find my footing, I started to realize all of the ways the industry discriminated against us, and that we needed to become the masters of our own narrative, because the way that we were being portrayed was not positive or authentic. Those were, I'm not even going to get into it. That's why representation behind the camera is just as important as in front, he concluded. Like his last declaration, wherein he claimed that ShangChi would give Asian kids what I didn't have, which were characters that were aspirational, that also reflect their lived experience, this declaration is not only self-aggrandizing and seems to serve no other purpose than inflating his and Disney's egos, but completely ignores the multitude of Asian actors who entered pop culture history long before Liu's career even began. And not only does Liu's positioning of Shang-Chi as an oasis in a desert of Asian representation spit in the faces and careers of such legendary cinematic icons. And here we go, kids. Thank you very much for this, Spencer. Jackie Chan, Chow Yun-Fat, Tony Jaa, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, and also Liu's direct MCU co-stars Chloe Bennett and Ming-Na Wen, both of Chinese heritage, who headlined Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 7 years across 136 total episodes. Hey.
Well, and there's even more. Like, okay, sorry. Forgetting the name. Pat
Morita?
Yeah, Pat
Karate
Morita.
Kid?
Yeah. Like, he won an Oscar. He was phenomenal. And
So
that was way back in the 80s.
So many more. I mean, it's constant. I mean, one of the films that the organization that's trying to give this film a gold open, one of the films they gave a gold open to and pushed all of this stuff through this, charitable organization was Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay, so you don't think they actually had the box office that they were claiming? Because
no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that these organizations have existed for a long time that push certain films to success.
Yeah. So if you take that out, that's.
I think it would have been. I think that film would have done fine. It was a good film and a lot of people really enjoyed it. That's not ultimately my point when I'm talking about this. What I'm trying to say is, there are many, many other films that have come along the way that, was before 2012. So I just, this guy is just not intellectually honest, which is the thing I hate the most. If you're going to go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please go.
No, it's collecting victim points because that's how people are judged now. You say you're victimized by this many things and that raises your status.
Yeah. I don't know that anybody deserves the kind of treatment that it would make them feel less human than someone else or whatever. Or anything, it make them feel any differently than anyone else. But coming out and putting your ignorance on display is never a good look. Well, I mean, Alyssa Milano does it on a weekly basis, sometimes twice a week, right? So, I think my goal in life, or anybody's goal in life, should be don't be Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, and if you actually did face those things, that's an issue with Hollywood, not society. Like, that would be condensed to the film industry doing those things, which is probably also why they, complain and scream about all this stuff. It's the people in Hollywood are actually the real racists, keeping everyone else down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, this is, again, I think, and Gary, I think, has said this. I think Yellow Flash has said a version of it as well. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it was someone else. But basically, that this is like an apology tour for Hollywood, right? The last several years, we've all had to be, witnesses to their apology tour and get delivered, stuff that doesn't actually change anything in Hollywood. None of it's changed anything.
Oh, and it's a bad apology because they're putting it on society, not themselves. Yeah. They're saying people haven't been supporting these things when they have, like, when society and North America has no issues with that. But that's not how they frame any of this.
Yeah. Donnie Yen was in Blade 2. I think you're right, Cosmo Ed. I think you're right. What's up, TZ Canadian? Tasmanian Canadian. Is that right? Am I doing that right? I'm trying to figure it out. Bruce Lombardo, what's up, buddy? Says the current mindset they are trying to shove is Maoist mindset, where only the last 5 years matter. Yeah, that's a very Maoist thing. The history that happened 40 years ago mean nothing. So there you go. Daniel Day Kim, yeah, thank you. Pretty awesome dude, to be honest with you. Was in multiple seasons of 24. He was in Lost and Hawaii Five-0. He was. All of those things are 100% right, and he is awesome. Love that dude. Let's see. Dave Myers. I remember Bruce Lee from Green Hornet. Yes, 15 years ago. Way longer than that, Dave. In fact, while Bruce Lee was making the Green Hornet, he was hatching a plan to create the series Kung Fu. In fact, you can see a reference, pretty direct references to that in the film Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. So, how many groups are there in the world? Some suggest 11,500 or 13,000. A lot of diversity and representation. 13,000 cast film. Yeah, you're going to get one of everybody from around the planet.
Well, another person you could add to the list, I don't know how many people are going to count it, but he should, is Ben Kingsley. Because he is Asian. He was born in Asia.
Was he born in Hong Kong?
I don't think it was Hong Kong.
I'm just curious. I don't know. I was just asking. Mike, thank you for this. Mike likes tacos. Thank you for.
Oh, sorry. He might not have been born in Asia, but his parents were Asian.
Oh, I again didn't know any of that, but that's great. That's cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Mike likes tacos for $4.99 says it's a shame that Anna May Wong never got to be in film. Wow, I don't even know the reference. I'll have to familiarize myself. Thank you for that, Mike. I can go out and look that up. Yeah, Alyssa Milano, hold my beer. That's kind of this dude's moment right now, to be honest with you. Yeah, a lot of people are not liking actors right now. What about? No doubt about that. Apology tour, aka cultural Marxist tour. Well, hopefully not. What's up, Canadian Spider-Man? In a Pollywood tour, indeed. There you go. What are you guys doing? What you guys are doing is now entertainment. I enjoy listening to you guys. Well, thank you very much. I enjoy doing this. This is one of the best hobbies I've ever had. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Thank you for that, guys. David Carradine gets to be in Kung Fu. Go figure. Yeah. If you're looking for racism in Hollywood, there you go. And that doesn't take anything away from David Carradine's performance in Kung Fu. And then later being cast in the Tarantino. I'm not even going to get into it. Not going to do it anymore. The Bruce Lee story was awesome. I agree with you. Daniel Day Kim, voice of Johnny Gat in Saints Row. Ouch. Sore subject at the moment. It is. Dude, that thing got roasted. The reboot of Saints Row. Nobody wants the soy kids.
Oh, nobody's going to touch that.
Nobody's going to touch that game. Sims Row 2021.
Well, and they were saying because they're making it for the modern audience. I think they're going to find that there is no modern audience. The people complaining on Twitter aren't the ones buying any of the games.
No. The SJWs, the people that have infiltrated, these tiny little parts of society, gaming industry or whatever, they don't represent the group set as a whole. You end up with, paying attention to these whiny little, these whiny little singulars that are there that, have just a giant group of sycophants rise up behind them to retweet, spout off the same talking points or whatever. And ultimately it undermines your industry completely, or it creates, much lower revenues because you're catering to these useless thoughts that don't reflect real world in any way. It is what it is.
Yeah. Twitter is not real life, and that cannot be said enough.
Yeah. Bruce Lee also wrote the movie. Thank you, Dark Shadow Logan. I haven't seen you for a bit. Bruce Lee also wrote the movie Circle of Iron, and David Carradine in Hollywood stole that from him too. Wow.
Yeah, Bruce Lee got screwed over a lot with Hollywood.
Yeah. I will. I'm definitely going to Google her. Thank you for that. Mike likes tacos. I really appreciate all that you're doing. Let's see. He was born Krishna Pandit Banjai.
Yeah.
31 December 1943. English actor. Well, there you go. Anime Wong was making movies in the silent era. Wow. By the way, guys, if you ever just for fun, take a cinema class, take an introduction to film. If the professor, you'll know in moments if the instructor is worth their salt. If they start you out with silent film era stuff, or you get to see Citizen Kane or one of the greats. If they talk about Frank Capra with reference, John Ford, obviously Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin. Those are probably good instructors. They probably know what they're talking about. Dad was Kenyan born. I don't know any of these things. Bad David. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. Well, I learned something every day. Thank you for that, by the way, John. Anyway, the article goes on to outline Simu Liu's, complete ignorance of television and film prior to him getting involved in the industry. And I just want to say thanks to Spencer for that. Let's see. Any thoughts on that, Yeti?
Oh, I think we covered most of it. It's he's clearly not watching any of the films that prior to 2012.
Right. Yeah. We did have some weird stuff happen also today, if I can find it. I think one of the unions is going to end up like shutting down in Hollywood here in the next few days. I think they have until the 10th to resolve some labor issues with pay and stuff like that. And this is something that should boil your blood, and I don't do politics, so we're going to cover this in the most not political way as possible. Okay.
I try to do the same.
All right.
Because people want they want escapism, not politics.
Yep. But this is because there's an overlap between entertainment and politics that has been forced upon us, and I hate it. Yeah. Here it is. You ready? Walt Disney Company contributes to Gavin Newsom's campaign as governor faces recall. The guy that kept Disneyland out of business, all of those people in Orange County out of business, the people that Orange County, by the way, for the most part, does not lean Gavin Newsom's direction. They're going to be some very angry people,
Well,
doesn't he look maniacal?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, didn't he add restrictions onto Disney in the last year or two? Like there was a couple big things that really hurt them, and maybe it could have just been the way of closing down their parks. That I'm thinking of, but I swear there was a couple extra things that he personally did.
Yeah.
If you can't remember, it's not going to spark my memory.
Yeah. James Hong, Lopan from Big Toe. I love that film. God. Oh. Yeah, Ken Jeong's policy comedy was great. Yeah, he was a doctor, became comedian. He was featured in The Hangover. Great film too.
Well, then watch
Donnie
the Paper Tigers.
We talked about Donnie Yen.
I'm telling you, watch the Paper Tigers because it's a comedy kung fu movie. It's exceptional. It does diversity right. Like they're just the characters, and there's no pandering in any moment. They just go about the story. It's fantastic the way they wrote it, and the way the characters have their own faults, I can't recommend people go watch that enough.
Yeah. This is a good question. Are they trying to buy a politician off? I wouldn't say that. They've already done that. I mean, Gavin is one of the reasons why you're going to get more of this craptasticness than less, because he created tax breaks for the studios. This is going back like maybe a month and a half, 2 months. Because he saw this coming down the pipe. He gave tax breaks to these studios if they were going to work more on their diversity stuff. whatever the perceived diversity issues were in Hollywood. And they would get these increased tax breaks. So a lot of the studios then in turn turned around and gave him money, coincidentally, right back.
Kind of odd. What a coincidence. Nobody can put those two things together.
Yeah, Mike likes tacos. You and Awesome One both put your finger on some of it. They recorded, they did relocate some of their business, which they've been doing all along. They've been relocating elements of their business to Florida for quite some time. Just FYI.
Well, and they never stopped doing any work in Georgia, for as much complaining as they've done because all the tax breaks. So they complain about it, but they still go and film there to, get all the benefits.
Yeah. Man, that character was so great in 16 Candles. I mean, anyway. Hollywood and politics have been bedfellows for decades. Yes, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
We've got to get money. This stuff always bothers me. I hate covering politics. Stop making me do it, Hollywood, you jerk faces.
And the thing that really worries me is when there's an inevitable pendulum swing. I hope it doesn't go too far in the opposite direction, because I don't want it to go in that way either. I just want it. I want it free of politics and just focusing on story. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want it leaning one side or the other.
Well, we've only got time for one more story. I want to say thank you to those of you who have been here for a while. We got 43 of you in the chat. We really do miss the intern. I can't wait to hang out with the intern again. A little bit of programming note with all of you here. Next Wednesday live, if I'm able to do it from the airplane, I will. But chances are there won't be a Wednesday live next week. I'll be airborne. I'll probably pre-record an analytical video or something to release at this normal time. And then I will return back to doing shows sometime on Saturday. And of course, that's not this week; that's next week. So we have a full schedule this week. If you saw the trailer at the beginning of the show, so just bear with me. I am working really hard on Twitch. I'm going to keep saying and promoting my Twitch. I have achieved. I think I have the prerequisite 50 people that are following me, but I could always use more. And so I guess the impetus is on me to actually have some of you show up and actually chat with each other there. There's rules. I don't know how it works. But yeah, if I could just, I'm going to stream again. I might do a game stream tonight or some point along the way. I may show up over on Bounding into Comics. We'll see. I'm going to reach out to John here in a bit, make sure I don't have anything else that's pressing from the boss, because I don't get to actually run my house, guys. You know what? My life's been better for it. So one last story. What do you think, YetiCast? Feel like it?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we are. Top Gun Maverick flies from Thanksgiving to Memorial Day weekend, and Mission Impossible 7 ignites in fall 2022. So these films had to move.
Oh, there's a lot. Venom was pushed back as well.
Again? No, Sony is not going to move Venom and Spider-Man again. Well, I mean, I'm talking today. This happened today.
Oh, yeah. So the story, it had to have happened in the last, 2 weeks.
Okay.
When Venom got moved.
Yeah, they only slid it a little, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they slid that much. Did they slide it more than that?
I'd have to go double check to make sure that I know how far it got moved. But this is happening a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many of these movies can survive if they just keep pushing back.
When is Memorial Day? It's a ways. Oy. The only thing I care about is Mission Impossible 7 is Haley Atwell. Yes, thank you. Sign me up for that. How good will she look? Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Venom is October 12th now. Yeah, I didn't think they pushed it back that far.
Okay, so it wasn't very far.
Thank you, John. Yeah. But anyway, let's get to this real quick. So Top Gun Maverick's flying from Thanksgiving to Memorial Day. There you go. And Mission Impossible 7 ignites in fall of 2022. And a lot of that's because that film has had 8 delays so far and counting.
Oh.
They are suing, Paramount is suing their insurance company for $100 million. Wow,
I didn't realize there was that many times that it got pushed back.
Yeah. That will end up being probably the most expensive film made.
What, even more than that new James Bond one?
Oh, I think it'll compete. The new James Bond one's just going to be hot trash. Oh, we don't have time to talk about it, but that MGM Amazon deal is probably going to fall apart. But I covered that this morning on the 6 Minute Daily. But anyway, exclusive. After a successful launch of clips and footage at CinemaCon, Paramount is pushing its big Tom Cruise tentpoles, Maverick, obviously we talked about this, to May 27th. So that is moving into just the entry into summer. So that's their summer box office tentpole, beginning of summer, Maverick, Top Gun. Then they're moving Mission Impossible 7 to September 30th. A year from this September 30th to 2022.
So yeah, that's basically the same thing that happened with James Bond.
Yeah.
And the one thing, at least they're not pushing hard in their advertisement that he's a toxic male anymore.
Yeah. This is insane. Again, these are big potential billion-dollar grossing franchises co-produced with Skydance, which will require the world to be in an ideal order, not crippled by the global crisis. Mission Impossible alone, through 6 films, has grossed over $3.57 billion. The most recent film in 2018, Fallout, hit franchise high of $791.7 million at the worldwide box office. You know what's not touching that number? ShangChi in the 10th.
There is not a chance that it hits out those levels.
We're going to bring it back full circle. But anyway, Top Gun Maverick vacates the pre-Thanksgiving weekend of November 19th and takes over Mission Impossible 7's previous spot on Memorial Day weekend next year, putting the sequel to the 1986 hit back in the summer where the original first launched and grossed $357 million globally. So there you go, which means that Sony has moved Ghostbusters Afterlife to Top Gun's Maverick's pre-Thanksgiving spot. And I think that's where it's going to stay, to be honest with you. And that will give it a nice release weekend. It'll give it a 5-day. And that's what that film needs. In addition, Paramount's Jackass Forever will debut February 4th, 2022. I don't care. Yeah, they consulted with their experts and their own global team and decided that the movies, given the current conditions of the global crisis and the new and improved variant around the world, they decided to move it. So there you are. I really want to see Ghostbusters Afterlife so bad. I think that's going to be good. What do you think?
I'm really hoping that it does. Like, I'm hoping they learned their mistakes from the 2016 Abomination. They have to have. But, I'm wary about getting excited for films these days.
I'm actually pretty stoked, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to there are not a lot of films I'm looking forward to. Ghostbusters is one of the ones I think is going to be good.
For me, it's Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
MI7 I think will be good. Oh, Carnage is going to be great. I think it's going to be very good. If you like the first film, I think you're really going to like this one. And I think despite some people's protestations, I think that Woody Harrelson's going to do a good job.
Oh, I don't understand that because I think he's a good pick. He's got that crazy side that he can work, and he is a good actor. Yeah. I think there's a lot that he can do with Carnage. So I'm all for him in that role.
He has unique comic timing. I mean, he really does. He's very good at it. If he's going to do anything at all and deliver a line that needs like that perfect delivery, he's really good at that. But
he's got a ton of range. You've seen him in so many different roles. Like I believe he can pull off that character.
Yeah, me too. I think, yeah, I mean, he definitely can get in his head and get outside of himself really easy. But
Yeah.
small time, I think you're right. Top Gun Maverick can't escape purgatory. I think that's probably true. They're saving the toxic male stuff for the actual movie, probably.
The one concern I have with Venom though is they're going to do PG-13 again. That seems like something that should go the Deadpool route and be R.
Yeah. Cute nerd, I'm right there with you. Kind of hyped for MI7 and Top Gun, hoping they'll actually play it. The delay has me worried. I'm not worried about it for that reason. They just want it to open. Hollywood has been making the best business choices, and I'm afraid this will be sacrificed for ideology, not based on a lot of stuff. I tell you what, Top Gun's not going to China. Man, there's a lot of stuff not going to China, guys. That breakup is for real. When I started covering that, I started to dive even deeper into that after Monday's video. I ain't kidding. This is like the downward spiral of the relationship between Hollywood and China. China's done. They don't need them. They stole all of their methods, everything, all the stuff that they worked on in productions, and they're doing it themselves now. They don't need Hollywood.
Let me play the world's smallest violin for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And didn't Top Gun change some of the aspects of the suit just to appease China?
I don't know about that. Don't care. I don't think it's going to work anyway. It's not getting a Chinese release, so it doesn't matter. Haley Atwell's legs could bring in $50 million in the box office for MI7 alone. I think you're probably right. They might even be insured for that. Yeah, that's an interesting thing about insurance. There has been a number of people that have had their legs insured. Fred Astaire and some ladies had their legs insured for substantial amounts of money. So there you go.
Different body parts too. I think they've had arms and hands, and it's all through. That happens a lot.
Yeah, they haven't been pushing James Bond very much yet. The final trailer was released 2 days ago? Yesterday?
I didn't even see it. I didn't even know it got released.
Yeah, the final trailer. If you want to get a better idea what the film could be, check out the international trailer. In the final trailer for the US, however, you barely see Lashana Lynch in Lashana Lynch mode. If you see the international trailer, you see a lot more of her and Lady Power.
I really hope that they took the time to redo some of the movie, because I did hear that one of the reasons why they pushed it back, the real reason, was to change a couple scenes in the film that during during their trials, and I'm blanking on the name, but when they're showing it to the public and it got a ton of backlash.
Oh yeah, the screening. Yeah, no, they didn't.
Oh god, there's the word. Jeez, that was gonna.
I do that all the time. It's called Stream Brain, bro. It's for real.
It is.
Marby Dog says Shang-Chi will make Ghostbusters 2016 look like a blockbuster. Maybe. Look forward to seeing Jackass. I bet it'll be make more than Shang-Chi. Probably will. A lot of people. It's the final one. So can't wait for John Talks return tonight. Neither can I. John Talks is awesome. Do check out John over on his channel. He's a great dude. The BS stuff. Yes, I agree with that. Stranger Things kids with Phoebe Mary Sue. Maybe. Let's see. Afterlife will make us nostalgic for Afterbirth. Wow, that's terrible. Wow, you guys are making me read some really bad things.
I know.
Tom Cruise movies, I believe, will be good and be on code for how they've always been. There's that. Eric K, I bet. Oh, wait. Eric K, I bet when Raps back, especially with FNT, well, your work is noticed and appreciated. Yeah, Eric K is awesome. I appreciate everything Eric K does. He is one of the biggest pieces of our fellowship. He's pretty awesome. The Cowboy Way is a solid film. I agree with that. Mission Impossible should be good. The last one was really good. I agree with you, John. I'm looking forward to the film.
That's something I do have faith in. Say what you want about Tom Cruise, but the guy knows how to bring it. Like he dedicates himself.
So Top Gun had their primary. Is that their primary financing mechanism?
Yeah. How much of the film was done by Tencent?
Skydance, huh? All right. Yeah, I'm not going to go to China either. Let's see. Culture, don't move to China. No, I'm not going to China. They did change the dad's jacket. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, yeah. So my memory didn't fail me that time, at least.
Yeah. I did not know this.
Yeah. Okay, so it was the Taiwan flag that I wasn't sure if it was the American one or the Taiwan one, because this news came out a while ago. I think at least over a year.
Yeah. And Eric K, you are correct. I do know where the bread is buttered and why the boss is the boss and should be the boss. 100%. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. You're exactly right, though. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. China's allowing 3 hours. Oh, yeah, I saw this, reported it. I think I broke that story on a couple days ago on the 6 Minute Daily. Yep. 3 hours of online gaming for kids per week on specific days, even, to be honest with you.
Now, is it just online or is it gaming altogether?
I think it's just online. I don't know that they have a way to track the other stuff, but I think it's online gaming. I think that's specifically the way it was phrased in the news story. So.
Well, hopefully this helps push studios into making the solo games again.
Master Sidearm says, I'd rather give my money to the Bishop Sycamore High School football equipment drive than to Disney these days. You're not the only one. Don't think so, but Tencent did finance this. Okay, I believe you. Tom Cruise does crazy things. He's always done crazy things. He does his own stunts. He's also crazy. They removed Taiwan and Japanese. Okay, fair enough.
Oh yeah, in this one of those scenes from the last movie, he broke his ankle and ended up completing the scene running on the broken ankle.
Yep.
And he only stopped once it was over because the guy is dedicated. Yep. I don't know how many others would break their ankle mid-scene and keep going.
I've seen it. There have been guys that have done it. There are guys who finish out football plays with broken, hanging limbs and stuff. I mean, if you remember back in the day. So, but yeah. And Toxic Man Flu says, for $5, says, Culture can't move to China. Hair weaves are illegal over there. I did not know that, but it's not a weave. Toxic. I'm gonna have to look that up now. They can't cut my hair. No, they can't cut my hair. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, Culture would fight someone if they tried to cut his hair.
Yeah, true. Eric K says everyone should know that the boss is an amazing lady. I agree with you. She's awesome, and she's kind of fond of you, Eric K. I don't know why. They're using facials. They're using facial scans. Yes, yeah, I can believe that for sure. They've been doing that for a while though. Yeah, they have, and that's another story I covered. What about is that they have been removing certain celebs from the internet. Yeah, their social media presences. In fact, I covered that in a 6 Minute Daily video and on Monday's video that I released as well.
They remove everything from the internet.
Yeah, censorship, baby. Mike Zero is now reporting that CultureCasino's hair is banned in China for supporting Taiwan. Well, there you go. Mike Likes Tacos says, unbelievable. Thank you. You guys are terrible. Terrible. Arby's now has D&D dice. That's cool. Magic the Gathering was supposed to release a D&D version of their card sets. And I don't think I went to collect mine from the game shop. So I was wondering how that was going to be. Anyway, I like Magic the Gathering. Tacos. Yeah, I'm starving. This Wednesday. You can't have tacos on Wednesday. Tacos you can have on Tuesday, right? There you go. CCP.
No, tacos you can have on any day. There is no one day that's just good for tacos. It's every day. God.
You people, it's not a weave. It's a complete wig. You guys are terrible. Terrible. I love you all. You're terrible.
It's because it looks too good. They don't believe some human could have that good of hair.
One rough girl passing through. Greetings passing through with well, looks like is that a Playboy bunny tank top? Kind of looks like it. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Let's see. You can have tacos on a day that ends in a Y. Thank you, Mike. That's a good plan. I'm weaving on a jet plane. Not to China, though.
You missed the
Ooh,
one
yeah.
about Wendy's.
Oh no,
Because
what did Wendy say?
Wendy's does in fact have a D&D game.
Wow, that's cool. The rulebook is a download PDF with character sheets. I will check
Yeah,
that out. Thank you.
I have it downloaded.
Sweet. I gotta try
It's
that out.
real. They also developed. Oh no, that was KFC. KFC developed a game console that'll also heat your chicken.
You know what? That sounds cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I am. Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division says Mike Zero is still on the internet. Man, I shrunk my echo chamber. Yeah, actually, YouTube helped you shrink your echo chamber. You didn't do it yourself. I look at all these lovely female avatars, and I know each of them would dump me cold after 2 weeks. LOL. Hashtag gruff but lovable. Okay, Master Sidearms. There you go. I love all you people. You don't even know. Every single one of you in our audience. You guys are the best. We have the
they're
best,
fantastic.
best chats. Uncanny Valley hair? No.
Oh, jeez. You were just getting it hard.
Cowboy Bebop creator disavows Netflix show. Yes, I heard he was having some difficulties with it. This is not a good look for that show.
And the same thing happened with the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
You know, and they deleted, right? Or the actress that did all that, Daniela Pineda. By the way, she has an amazing topless scene in a film called Mr. Roosevelt. If you're wondering if, you know, she has crevices to lose tissue paper into. Her words, not mine. She's pretty decent topless scene there. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think she deleted that video. I think she got rid of all presence of it. And yet it's preserved because guess what, kids? The internet is forever.
Yeah, she did delete that one. But I don't think people are going to forget it. Like, I don't understand what the actors are doing attacking their own fans of a franchise. Like, that just doesn't work out.
Yeah. People still won't watch. I'm not watching it. I'm mad. I have the flipping anime. It's a beautiful piece of art, and I was hoping they'd do good with the series. And when they decided that they weren't going to replace Ein with a husky, I was excited. And then this.
Well, I mean, if you saw what was it, Death Note, that adaptation for Netflix, I was not terrible. Going to. I was not expecting anything from Cowboy Bebop.
It was man, my eyes are itching like crazy. It was absolutely awful. And Desu says 90s Bon Jovi called, wants his hair back. Okay. There you go. Yes, it's called Mr. Roosevelt. I think it's either on Netflix or Amazon right now. I know it's streaming. You can find it out there if you have any of those platforms. I know that you can get it for free. I won't say where, but it's out there for free too.
I'll look it up for science.
Can you imagine Naughty Dog mo-capping my hair? Oh, better not. Not for Abby's girly model. No. Instagram story. Oh, they auto delete. I'm sorry, John. I was misinformed.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I'm not on Instagram, so I don't know how that platform works.
Thanks for keeping me honest, John. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, didn't know that. Thanks for, geez, John. You were like, John is like a bookcase of information, and if he gets to a page and there's your information. He's great. Love it. Why don't agents, studio exec, etc. keep these celebrities in check? Good question, E. Clay Thomason, because they all agree. They all feed at the same horse trough. You ever seen cows? If you put a new trough down and you don't fill it with water right away, if the cows get interested in the trough before you get water in it, they will move the trough all over the place. I'm not kidding. Cows are like that. And so these people, they have the same mindset as cows. I mean, you know, they make a mess of everything. If their attention is drawn to something, and they all have to stand in the same place. They all have to, there can be 100 different troughs, but the new trough is the one that they're all going to go to, and they're all going to be there. This is the new thing. This is our new thing. They all want to be in exactly the same spot. They'll bustle and beat, bang each other about. It is what it is. Yeah, Samurai Champloo is awesome.
They will also stand in a certain direction. I think it's facing like north or east, there's always a double direction. You'll spot it whenever they're standing. It's always to this one direction. God, I wish I could remember what that was.
This is a good point, John. They all say Gina deleted her post, but it was an Instagram story too, so it deleted itself. Well, there you go. I'm like the arts and humor section in an old warehouse full of information. Well, there you go. If you like Cowboy Ibiza, check out The Kids on the Slope. Okay. Frank Oz rejected by Disney. Yeah, that happened earlier this week too. Guys, we are way over time. You guys are just keeping us talking. Yeti, tell them about you and things and stuff. And we're going to wind down and be done.
Okay. Well, next week, I'm going to start a new type of stream. We're having a comedy-focused D&D campaign with the Mad Martigan's going to be there, Literature Devil and Shiny FX, and
cool.
Oh God, I'm forgetting the channel of the DM's name. Oh, that sucks. But check it out on Tuesday. It's going to be at 2:30 Eastern time.
Oh, that's cool. 2:30 Eastern.
Yeah. And we're really trying to have it more of just this chaotic comedy facing element. So it's just fun and doesn't get bogged down too much in the small details.
That sounds awesome. That's awesome. Guys, do check out the show tonight with John, the Black Pill stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's a lot of fun. They cover a lot of stuff. They cover their articles. They go in depth. A lot of stuff that didn't make it into the articles are awesome. Sometimes they have guests. The guests can bring some insight. It's pretty great. I love hanging out over there. I really do. Oh, Deadwood Dale. There you go. Thank you very much for the super chat from Todd Tyler. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, excuse me. Subscribed. Excuse me. Not the super chat, but the subscription. Appreciate that very much. Yeti gonna play D&D. Yeah. All going according to plan at Culture Casino. Well, there you go. You yes, I added myself. So I do that too. I lost you at Mads. Yeah, he's good. Eric K is promoted YetiCast in the stream, guys. You aren't subscribed to YetiCast, do check him out. Yeah, Bounding's awesome. You've been lurking. Thanks for getting me through my workout. Well, I appreciate you, Todd Tyler. Thanks for joining, subscribing, and checking out content. Appreciate that. Yep. You guys have an amazing time. A really good show. You guys have a really great time. I really appreciate you all. Do check out my Twitch, guys. I mean, I may try to play there later today. Maybe after I'm on Bounty. I don't know. Where am I? Oh, shoot. No, I can't do that. I think I'm supposed to be on the dump tonight. Unless I get a kitchen pass from Scott. But I'll find my way somewhere, guys. Do check out Scott's stream, the Sporkin News podcast, the Humpty Dump tonight as well. And obviously, Bounding, we just talked about. Man, so many good places to watch stuff. So many great voices out there. And we need more. So if you ever want to get started doing this, reach out to your favorite YouTuber. Believe me, they'll help you get started. They want you to succeed as much as you want us to succeed. So just believe that as the case because it's the truth. Believe me, I found that out because guess what I did? Exactly that. With that being said, I want to say thank you all for being here. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. Should have been doing it your whole life. And until next time, bye.
They've done great. They've done great. We got Culture Casino out there. We got Sporking News Podcast. We got author Stephen Walton. We've got Lorena Creel. We've got Vigilante Williamson. We got Jake D. I'm forgetting someone. Oh my God. I'll remember it later. Brain fart. But he says Kathleen Kennedy will never be fired.
Oh man, this isn't the new credits. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get the new updated ones up there soon. Right.